100% of the time. We did not have to clip Monday or Tuesday in the OR, so that's good. Point of views followed 100% of the time. We were red on Monday, we were 80%, and then we were green yesterday. For Monday, the instruments, they weren't sprayed enough. They were pretty dry when they got downstairs.
Awesome. Great work. I know we talked a lot about case start time earlier, so I'm not going to ask you about that.
Okay.
What do you think, you know, you don't have a ton of different Paretos with your point of views, and you haven't had a lot of misses, but what do you think might be the next steps for that one?
We did a lot of teaching with our skills day, thank you. So just kind of revamping on that, re-educating people on what to do, what not to do. And we have, SPD's been doing a really good job of when we have point of use issues, they've been sending us pictures. So that's, we get to see what we did wrong. So that's really good with that.
I love that. And I think as you talk about education, that is more than just education. That's education with a visual, which, you know, is more successful in changing. So it sounds like you've already done a bit of a 5Y and maybe some action plans. So consider if you want to take credit for that in your binder.
Okay.
All right. If we can move on to process ops, that would be great. Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
We've been doing really good this week, and overall we've been doing good. We'll hit implant documentation here soon, but yeah, I don't really know.
Nice. Well, tell me a little bit about, so your implant documentation is in your opportunities, so it looked like maybe we had a miss previous week. Tell me about when you might pick those out of that bucket.
Usually I just randomly pick them. So if I just go through, I actually didn't see this one there today. We usually pick it first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
For sure.
Since you don't have any red this week, could you tell me a little bit about what your red for your implant documentation was and what you might be learning with that?
Looks like it wasn't documented in the EMR, so the sheet that we usually fill out back there did not match what was in the patient chart. So that's where we need to get better and make sure they both are matching with, so our billing lady, we can get everything billed correctly with that.
Nice.
And
so
the patient chart.
If you do look at it this week and you have a fallout, what do you think your next steps will be with that one?
Depending on what it is, just again, teaching. There's an opportunity there to
we get visuals with those.
Yeah, we do. But our circulators just saying take your time, making sure, double checking that, because even if you're off by one number, it can pull up a whole different screw or anything.
Okay.
Go ahead.
If this continues to show a trend, we will move it back to the KPI board to monitor again.
Okay.
It was just there last month and it's moved back over to process ops. So there's potential for it to go back over. It's one we struggle with all of the time, and it's just, like she said, it's people taking their time and like focusing on the numbers and making sure that they're entering them correctly.
Okay. So you said maybe it was on the board last month. What process did you implement last month when it was on the board before you removed it?
There was education on that, a lot of coaching, individual coaching with the people, because it does seem to be some repeat offenders and just getting them to slow down. And we actually implemented them coming up with their own process. There's two that we had them work together. What can you guys do to try and better yourselves? Because one of them's like, I don't know what else to do. And I was like, maybe sit down with another person and sit down and see what you guys can come up with to help with that process. So.
I love that. Awesome. Well, really good work. We are at time. Anything I can do to support you guys today?
No, I think we're good.
All right. Thank you. Have a good day.